Good morning and welcome to Strange Days, a show where people are invited to call in and share their experiences with both the audience and the host. Our goal is to foster a sense of connection and understanding, allowing listeners to relate to the stories and feel less alone, promoting broader awareness of different perspectives, while the host is available to provide thoughtful feedback and support to each caller. My name is Mac. I'm your host, a disabled, neurodivergent, cisgendered, gay man, playing through games while waiting for an audience to form. If you want to call in or chat and need my full attention, I have no problems pausing the game, but if you're here for the gameplay or the vibes, that's cool too. Without further delay, let's play. Hope everyone's having a great day. It's Thursday. It's been a bit of a rough start today. It was a rough late night. But here we are. Back on the ranch. So I'm hoping we have a better day today. It's been a slow but bumpy start today. Last night was a rough night. I had a good run. It was, I think it was 58 days. 58 days, no migraine. So that's actually good. This is, I think, one of my longer runs. Not one of my worst ones. Definitely not one of my best. But I don't feel any of the major cognitive echoes that I typically get with my worst ones. So I'm doing pretty good today comparatively. Just didn't get a lot of sleep after it though. So, overall, doing okay. So I think I'm doing all right with this one. But I'm hoping everyone else is having a much better Thursday. It is Thursday, right? Yes, it's Thursday. But I did find a job listing yesterday. I found a academic listing to apply to. It does require a cover letter, which are not my favorite things to apply with. I hate writing cover letters. They are essentially one of the weakest facets of job applications for me. I am really not the best at cover letters. Letters of intent, those kinds of things, I'm just not very good at them. Because I feel like I basically have to, how's the best way to phrase this? Sell myself. And I just feel not good at that. For other people, especially people that I know well, I do a much better job at that, but myself, it just feels bad, not good. It feels not good. It's something that we're basically told not to do. We're not supposed to do those things. And so all of a sudden we're doing those things in a professional form, and it feels very hubristic, and so I struggle very much with it. And as an academic writer, a lot of the time you're also taught, not to write with the first person like pronouns, and so I'm also struggling with putting like I, me, my, and so forth in my writing, and it just all around feels very awkward to write this way. And so it just feels very strange. So writing this cover letter has been difficult for me. So I'm continuing to do that today. Well, also, once I get done with that, I have to continue the job hunt because I need to find at least one more job posting to apply to this week. The other sad part is that it appears that this job posting for the academic job posting is a repost of the one that I applied to previously that they closed without hiring. And that's disappointing to me because they closed it and told me that they closed it without a hire, even though I'm fully qualified for it. And that made me feel like they closed it because they were closing the posting, like that they were just not hiring, but clearly they're still interested in hiring someone. And I feel like that is just, you know, it makes me a little bit annoyed because I am qualified for it. And they could have hired me. I mean, it's only part-time, but they could have hired me, and they chose not to. At least at that time. So what also frustrates me is I applied for another position in another department because I qualified for two different postings for two different departments. And they hired the other department. They went with someone else. But they could have hired me for both postings and solved their problem for both. I don't know. It just feels very... feels bad because, like, I don't know, two birds, one stone, one faculty person, you know. If they were struggling to fill the roles. But it's the current job market. It's honestly it's the job market. I feel like it is definitely not the job hunters picking right now. It's an employer's market. But that's all right. I'll find something. It'll eventually come up. I just want to try and get some teaching under my belt because I do eventually want to see if I can get a posting at a university. And I have to get teaching experience somewhere in order to get in at a university. And sadly, while I was in graduate school, I was not given an opportunity to teach because my graduate program did not have undergraduates to facilitate graduate students to teach. And even though I had the credits required to teach as a graduate student in other departments, it's very strange. Departments are very closed off to other departments. I want to make sure I'm using the right word. I mean, I guess that could be it. I want to say insular, but cloistered, maybe? Like they didn't want anyone from outside of their own graduate program participating in their program's stuff. Because it was even a fight to take some of their courses in a graduate program, and I feel like that's weird. But, you know, sometimes it was a fight, sometimes it wasn't. It especially helped that I knew a lot of the faculty, so. But anyway, enough about the trauma that is graduate school because, whoa, oh god, I thought I was just jumped off the ledge. Talk about trauma. I really need to put a sign on this hole because there's really nothing down there. I just need to put like a fence there or something. Block the opening to indicate that it's just like, don't go here. I don't need you to be blocked. I just need you to allow me to put it here. Just let me put the shrubs down. What else can I put here? Nope, that's not big enough. What else? I need like something big. No, bigger. Big. Big. How do I not have big stuff? This is unfortunate. Oh, that'll help me to not go in there. At least it's a like solid object. And I should probably put one here too to help me to stop running off this ledge. I guess that's a nicety about some of the decor, is that I can put it in places to help me to stop like running off ledges. If I find that I'm too close to the edge and trying to, you know, rapidly jump off sides and throw myself into the ocean. One. You know what? Let's just put one of these here. Help keep the tars down. Since you guys keep trying to summon them. Bring about your demise. So like, I know there's more resources and stuff out here. I just can't remember where I see them all the time. Because I know that I need more stuff. I'm super vague about it. I'm starting to think I need to put that mod on where I can, where like the scanner supplies the resources on the HUD. But I don't need all of them. I just need like the actual resources. It's like I don't need everything. Oh, that's weird. The rock that the jellystone was on just vanished, and they don't usually. They're usually just kind of there. Oh, there's an orb. Blink. See, I wonder if it just like teleports it between 2 points and it just like falls to the ground, or if it is strategic about placement. Hey, not cool. Well, that's what you get for coming up here. Bye! Nope, that is the tunnel I don't want to go in. Oh, there's one of those holographic doodads. I think I want to try using one of the quantum thingamabobs at my base to see about maybe how they work, because I've not used one yet. And see about using it to auto collect some of the like what is it, the water stuff that sometimes spawns. And see how that works out. But let's go check out pink plorts and cotton plorts for supply stuff, not decoration. Warp tech, was it? Because I wanted to create the market link. Oh, I need primordial oil. Well, I'm gonna have to go and get that because I don't have that, but pink plorts 20. Okay, and that would be this way, I think. Yeah, because it usually ends up spawning in the cave structure, if I recall correctly. Nope, not that way. It's always in the one that I end up going thinking that it's to the second cave, so it's usually out here. Of course it's not the one I was thinking, or maybe it just didn't spawn right now. Nope, there it is. Okay. So drones in rancher mode can only operate inside the conservatory or single ranch expansion at a time. Okay. Oh, okay, so you can't even collect what I'm needing you to collect. Where's all my stuff? An explorer drone scans its area to figure out what plorts or resource could exist there, then stores quantum versions of them in the quantum cloud. Turn them real by withdrawing them or sending them to the market or refinery. Okay. But I can't even select it as a target because it's not here. Plorts, veggies, fruits, meat, chickens, and then these are all plorts, but none of the resources are here. Okay, so I can't even use it for the purpose I want here. That kind of sucks. That is unfortunate. But I guess that's okay, because at least I kind of get the idea now. But I still have to fuel it like power with plorts. Let me make sure that these bins are not full to the bursting. No, not that way. I'll go ahead and collect some of these. And then... Let me see if I have enough to craft any of warp tech. So I need one. So I need 1, 2, 2 more. At least 2 more. And then I need to make some of those, but I need the primordial oil for it. But the bigger problem is that I have no way to actually check like my requirements for stuff. Prisma, honey. Well, let's take notes. No. So Prisma for heart. Honey for heart. And Prisma for power core. And twin for power. Oh, I can build a tank booster. Well, let's go ahead and do that. Mega tank. Kerplunk. And then I also need Prisma for a tank booster. And then I need, oh, it's just a tank liner. That's going to take some time. Prisma, I also need for generator. Magma for regen. And then Prisma, I also need for power injector. And then I still need a gold plort for the golden sure shot. Let's see, utilities. I still need tons of shadow plorts for the nullifiers. What else? What else? I don't think I really need anything else out of there. I need primordial oil for the market link. I need rock plorts for blue telly. I already have a gray, I already have a pink. I need baddie plorts for the violet telly. And then I need primordial oil for the violet teleport. I'm gonna craft one of these because I don't know how they work and I've never used one before. Just to see how they work, and I have the excess resources right now for some of them. So 200 seconds, really? Oh, 2 minutes, ugh. Well, let's put them outside so I can actually have, like, better angles on stuff. Because I don't know how they work, and I really want to figure that out, because if it houses the stuff in them, I guess that would be better, but if it just like chucks them out, that would be bad. Oh, that's cute. Wait, yeah, it's only 500, I'll buy one. I have the money right now. Easy breezy fan. Most ranchers, fans have a great way of cool down on a hot day, but you're not most ranchers. Like, is it just blow things around? I bet it's just to move slimes. I'm not super worried about that right now. I'll just move that out of the way. I don't know where I'm gonna put it for now, I guess. Up here by the market, so that I don't forget that it's a thing. Okay, I need to put... florets into here. Pink, violet. So I need the primordial oil now, so I don't need the violet plorts. Or the batty plorts anymore, but I still need the rock. While I wait for the location-y stuff, I can go put down the storage thingy things. Do 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 do. Boing boing. Okay. We're all good. Still doing good. They're probably low on food because... yeah, they're low on food. Let me go look at veg, because if they're low on food, that means my vegetarians are probably doing low on food. All right. Oh, actually, I forgot. I just put the machine in play, so... all right. So... but does it just hold it, or does it hold everything? Okay, so it just holds the one item, though. That's... I'm not sure how I feel about that, because it only holds one thing. And so, like, that's still kind of meh. Like, that's mid. Unless you have something that extracts it. Okay. Veggies. So I could technically put you here. Can't you store it in the cloud? Like, I don't understand. I don't understand. Drones in rancher mode can only operate inside the conservatory or single rancher expansion at a time. Yeah, I get that. But can't I... Good morning, Trigger. It's going pretty good. How are you? Seems slow for you? The week in general feels kind of slow, if I'm being honest. Oh, I mean, yeah, the streams, I mean, I'm a small streamer, so like the chats come sometimes slow, sometimes not. Even when it's not slow, it's usually just 1 or 2 people at most. Frequently, I'm in here just chilling. Sometimes I'm here in case of someone who needs to talk. And people don't need to talk every day, so I'm here just in case. And, you know, right now I have the time, so I make myself available. It won't always be true, but I have it now, so I figure I'll be here for people. It's also kind of why, like, I pose the question I have on the title today, like, is there a better way? Like, is there a better way to reach people? Like, what could I do better? How can I outreach? How can I title things better? Is there a better way to, you know, connect with people? because I don't want to necessarily do clickbait, because I feel like that's misleading. I don't want to disrupt trust, and I don't want to mislead people, so... No, yeah, I wasn't, I wasn't pitching you. I was just saying, like, that's sort of like, I get it. Right now, things are slow, and I also understand that I don't expect the stream to take off overnight. It's just sort of a way to, say, hey, things are slow right now, and if people have ideas, I'm open. I am listening. But yes, this week has been oddly slow, but it could just be the week. Like, there's any number of reasons that it could be slow right now. I mean, even in my job hunt, like, the job listings have been slow, which has been odd, because typically I see things usually be fairly consistent. But it's been a little bit slower than usual. So we'll see. But sometimes slow is okay. We'll see things fluctuate. No biggie. I'm sure things will pick up again. And slow also means that people, might be doing okay. And I'm okay with that too. Because if people are doing well enough that they don't need somewhere to go to talk to or call in, that's good. It's not going to change whether I'm here, so I'm still going to be here. Besides, if people don't need a place to call in, then, I'll still have that as a thing that I do, but maybe I can start doing normal streamy things where I can just stream games and socialize and hang out with people and, do other stuff. Okay, deposits. There it is. And then I can go sell these, and then I can go worry about meat. Let's go do meat first, and then I'll worry about trying to figure out how to get honey more easily. I need roosters over there. Not those. That's not great. Nope. 2 roosters, 3 chickens. Nope. All right, 3 chickens. 2 roosters. Oh, hey, what are you doing out of here? Absolutely not. Get back in there. No. Oh, no, no, no. Okay, good. So there was only 1 Yoki over there. I was really worried that my Yoki slimes got out somehow. Whew. That was alarming. Okay, so I can go feed the boom slimes and the slurder slimes. Oh yeah, I only have a handful. I don't collect them anymore. I have 5 total, but I really only use like when I need them. Otherwise, I just keep them in pens that don't have any roosters because when eggs hatch, they create a small explosion which launches chickens outside of the coop. And it just basically sets them free. And then I have frickin' hens all over the place. Which frustrates me because despite the tall coops, they still escape. So I'm stuck micromanaging my coops despite having bought all the upgrades. I kind of want to install the mod that allows me to build any of these pens and stuff wherever I want, so I don't have to use any of the predetermined plots. Because there's just not enough of them. Like I just literally have 1 pen where I can keep all of my slimes that I don't feed just sort of sequestered. Because I don't need plorts from them right now, but I don't want to have to go hunt them down again later. $40. 280. Yeah, I just don't like dealing with largos. They're unwieldy and I just don't like them. They're big and frustrating to me. And they're not as cute. And I can't figure out if they double produce when you feed them their preferred food. Because it seemed like they did when I was using the honey flutter largo. But then they didn't seem to. So I couldn't figure it out. So I was just like, you know what, never mind. I'm not gonna worry about it. And not everything largos, so I don't know. I also need to look into that. Lava dust, honey, so I do need to go get the honey going. Which was like over here. It's the Slumber plort. Is that what it was? Slumber? I think that's what it's called. Slumber. Utilities. This one. Yeah, Slumber. Or nullifier. Oh, but I already have 2 additional crafted, so 240. Right? Gosh, mathing at this hour. Nope, this one. Yeah, okay, so. And then I need to go to, yeah. Starlight Strand, front side. And we're going to the south to go see about some honey. Probably should have taken the other portal rather than taking the main entrance, but that's fine. I'll make it work. Because coming in over here probably would have been better. No, don't fall. Altitude is your friend. Staying high in the sky, above the ground. Because I'm not crazy, right? Yeah. This is the one I want. This is the... I do need to go over to the right, though. Because I need to find that section with, like... Yeah, there's honey. Oh, but I'm not gonna make that. Oh, crap. Crappity crap. I probably made a boo-boo because I did not construct a tally, and I should have in order to make it easier to access this thing. Whoops. So probably, oh, because I need oil stuff. So let me run back and go do that. Because I have to go to the other location to go get the primordial oil to make the violet teleport, which then will make it easier to come and go to these quantum collectors or whatever. Especially since I have to power them with plorts. Let's see. Main entrance still feels faster to me getting to the lava. All right, and alley-oop. Don't run out of juice. Nope, to the left. Glad I checked. I'm gonna grab a couple of rock slimes because I do need some rock plorts for the new blue telly. Because I disposed of some of all of my rock slimes not that long ago. Lava dust. Not to be confused with the ninja dust. Okay, and now I can continue on, trying to find some primordial oil, which I know isn't necessarily in this area, but I do find it sometimes over here. This is usually where I find lava dust, but sometimes I can find it over here. And ow, that's fire, and it burns. Ah, that still burns. I mean, I guess I'll take the radiant ore. I can always leave it behind if I need the room, but that's still fire. Stop standing in the lava, genius. It burns. It's not healthy. It's kind of amazing that the vacuum gun, like, also comes with glass to bottle things. There's primordial oil. Because I know that there's also an area where there's puddle slimes and like a little pond right outside on a ledge, and there's like 2 or 3 primordial oil fonts like right there. I just don't remember where that is specifically. Ooh, a strange diamond. I will definitely take that. Seeing as how those are always singular items. And that's some more primordial oil. Yes, please. Lava dust. I wish there was more like vacuum power upgrades or something so that we could increase the power at which the vacuum sucks. So like it would more rapidly inhale things like slimes, resources, etc. Just to increase how quickly it pulls things in. Range upgrades would also be nice, but I feel like the range is pretty good. It's just a matter of the vacuuming power. Like, I can pull things in from pretty far. It's just the strength at which it pulls. Well, and just like that, everything just went to tar. Okay, I need to find... There it is. Okay. And up this ramp. Oh, bats, don't go down there. It's all gone to tar. You too will become tar. I very much recommend against it. It is bad for your health. No, it's super polleny out. I already have plenty of those things. The tangle, is it tangle slimes, I think? Okay, I did not find the puddle with the puddle slimes and the primordial oil, but I already did get some primordial oil. It just wasn't like a ton. So at least it's still something, and it's probably enough for me to craft what I wanted to craft, just not enough to craft all the things that I wanted to craft. So I'm definitely gonna have to make like a few trips. This is gonna definitely be a couple of visits to this area. Over the next day or so. I just can't remember where I saw that ledge with the primordial oil and the puddle slimes. Specifically. Because I feel like that always gives me a good quantity. Like every time I get collect from there, so. And it always has it. I also can't remember if it's in the lava area or if it's in a like grass area. That's my other problem. Because I so rarely go for it as a specific resource, I just stumble across it that I don't register it as a, oh, I'm looking for this thing. Well, that was a good quantity. Sadly, it's the only font there. That's the Tabby portal. Oh. Thought there was another one down here, but I know basically doubled what I had, so there's that. Alright, well, I'm gonna go see if I have enough resources now to craft my teleport stuff and go deploy for honey gathering. Because honey is just so rare and a pain to collect that if I can automate it, that will save me so much time. Okay, so warp tech, and then violet teleporter. Oh, it uses so much primordial oil. Let me go look and make sure that that's not the colors. So I know I have a gray one because that's what was going to... So it's gray and pink is what I have. Okay. Okay, so... Violet Telly is crafted. And then now I need to go drop off these rock slimes. I need to go collect cherries, because I forgot to do that earlier, to feed to my twin slimes, because I need them to continue producing, and I forgot to do that earlier. And that's very important because I need them for crafting important stuff for the gray maze. Oh, of course. Well, let's just start. And I have to go that way anyway in order to drop off my rock slimes into the holding pen. And... Really? Oh, okay, I was gonna say. I was gonna be really surprised if we hadn't generated an egg yet. Alright, so let's go put some cherries in. Yeah, they are completely out. Huh? Okay, so those are done. Oh, I gotta put the rock slimes away. They can't be sequestered with the rest of the class because... Oh, actually... I don't know if the rock slimes can be sequestered either because they're kind of bullies, but maybe they can. I don't know. Well, they should be fine. But I need to go grab the rock to put with them so that maybe they'll be chill. Alright, Slimies, I got you a toy. Let's be chill and not be hateful and stuff to other slimes. K. We all cool, good. I wonder what the Crystal Slime's toy is. It'd be funny if it was like rock candy or something like that. Okay, that's done. Let's go see what is in the shop, especially since the night shop is open. Oh, we got the Yoki Slime. I'm totally buying the toast. All right, what do we have in here? Oh, I only have 6. I can't buy any of the cool stuff. Lame. I still can't buy any of the cool stuff. I can buy a disruptor detector, but like, why? I can craft them. That is not what's pictured. That is a loaf. What is pictured is a slice. That is clearly not what is pictured. It is a happy little slice of bread, not an entire loaf. This is... Oh, okay. Okay, I can forgive that. There's the happy slice I was looking for. Bloop. That's much better. Okay. All is forgiven. I found the happy slice on it. Okay, I need shadow plorts. Oh no, I need to go get honey. That's what I was doing. South side. Secondary entrance. But I need to put down... Teleport. See, what I find a little frustrating is the idea that we get these quantum gathering devices which is great. I think that's fantastic for the idea of being able to, like, gather difficult to find resources. Like, that's fantastic. I think that having that in the game is exceptionally useful. What I find really frustrating, though, is the idea that the range on them is rather limited. But then beyond that, we also have to power them with plorts. And the resources aren't guaranteed to spawn in the same spots. So, which is it? That we can have these things gather the resources, or that there's a chance that no resources are going to spawn in its range, and then we're SOL. It feels like a chance game. And I feel like that's sort of unfair. And kind of BS. So, meh. But some of the resources are so exceptionally rare that, like, I feel like we almost don't have a choice but to play that game. Because, like, even just this, look at the range on this. Like, I can see the boundary within this. Like, it is so narrow of a field. Like, that is so narrow. And it's, if I'm looking for honey, looking at the trees in this area, I can see there is no honey. There's no beehives on the trees in this area. So it's almost pointless to have put it up here. I would get nothing out of it. That one has wax, but no honey. So I would get nothing out of it. It's infuriating. That one has wax, that one has wax. And so you have to find, like, a vertically stacked space to try to harvest certain things, and it's very frustrating to try and gather with it in certain spaces, because here it's extraordinarily narrow. On the ranch, it works entire spaces. So on the ranch, it works this entire space or this entire space. Like, this entire area. But out in the wild, it doesn't work the entire area. It only works that tiny little circle. And so it's harder to kind of figure where you need to place it. However, I feel like here, in this general vicinity, because there's, like, all these stacked trees in the area where honey tends to kind of gather. Oh, did you just see that? That honeycomb just vanished. It literally just disappeared off the tree. And then the violet teleporter. Okay, so it's now at 98% power. But how... Well, there's nothing in it yet, so... How long does it take to actually, like, collect? Is it just... Is it a passive thing? Is it just a general environmental thing? So again, it's come by, but it hasn't dropped off anything. So, what's the difference in the modes? Be used for placing the drone outside the conservatory. A visible field will appear showcasing the accessible range. Green bar with an overcharging feature which lets them have up to 999%, which is indicated by a golden bar. The speed at which the drone operates is based on its battery percentage. Higher percentage equals faster speeds. Picking up the quantum drone station causes that station to lose all percentage it had before. The initial battery is 24%. Oh, that's gross. So different plorts give different percentage. That's okay, sure. But but how do they work? Like, that's what I want to know, is like, how do they actually function? Gather up items within their search range, such as plorts. Great, but how do they work? Because it seems to not be collecting... Well, I mean, maybe there isn't anything to collect? Which I find to be exceptionally unlikely, but I don't know, because I feel like there would be something somewhere, but I don't know. I mean, that's something. I can see it right there. It would also be nice if it sorted by quantities. So like if there was something it had collected, it would resort based on actual collected items. But I guess I will check back later, because I don't want to just sit here for all eternity waiting to see what happens. Especially when there are other things I could be doing. Oh, see? There we go. Okay, and let's see. Too many roosters. That was too many. 3. Okay. Where'd you go? Come here. Two roosters, and then two roosters, and then 1, 2, 3. Okay. Let's go ahead and just separate them out. That's fine. And then put those in there. And then we can put the chickens in the feed chambers. See, like, I feel like the fact that the quantum drones can't cross the boundaries in the green in like your base between the zones is counterproductive. Like, I understand it from a development side standpoint, like I get it, but also it's frustrating from a player side because the drone can collect the things and then it should be able to just, I don't know, hold off in a nebulous space until the player, I don't know, accesses the zone, update the information. There should just be something that can be done. Because having to, I don't know, it's frustrating because having to micromanage the slime plots and the farm plots in a specific way in order to use the drones in that manner frustrates, because I put all of my chicken plots in one area and my slimes in another area, but that's not how that works with the drone. So I would now have to deconstruct all of my chicken plots and move them into the same areas that I want the drone to deploy the chickens into the coop, into the slimes to feed them, because it won't work across the zones. And that's infuriating. Because if you don't know that before you gain access to the quantum drone, sucks to be you. And I feel like that's just poor design. Like, there's nothing to tell you that that's how you should do your layout because of future mechanics. And if that's how the mechanics are going to work, they should forewarn you, or at least give you some advice on like how it's designed. I just find it a little frustrating. Like, yeah, it would be better to have designed it that way, but like I did it based on like what it is. So I put all of my, like, I put my dark slimes in the cave area so that I didn't have to shadow all of the slime cages. It just seemed sensical to me. I put all of my chickens together because it's easier to do chicken management all at the same time. I put all of my crops in one area to make it so that I could just collect all of my crops all at the same time. But yes, it probably would have been significantly easier to do things based on biome. Or see, my other issue is that biome only gets you so far, especially when you start realizing there were, like, I did not know there were entire new biomes. Like, I had never heard of the gray labyrinth, or like I knew about the snow biome at one point, but I had forgotten about it when I started playing it this time around. Going to it, I remembered it. I was like, oh yeah, I forgot about this. But there was just like, I had never known about the gray maze. So like, that was a whole new experience for me. And so it's a little hard to like have that foresight and plan. And just trying to plan ahead for these things is difficult when you don't know certain things. And so like I just kind of was, you know, flying by the seat of my pants for certain aspects. And it's difficult when there's nothing to like plan with. And so I was just working with what I had, and I feel like to a certain degree I'm being punished for not knowing, because there are mechanics designed to work a certain way that if you don't know that in advance, you have to spend time grinding to get the money to redesign and spend time to do it a certain way. And I just feel like that's punishing. It's not very nice. But I also do understand it from the development side, where coding it a different way and developing it a different way is exceptionally more difficult and complicated, and it might be prohibitive. So like I also understand it from the other side. I just wish that, like, I don't know, I had some more foresight on how to organize this and had done a better job, because I've already reorganized it once before and I really don't want to have to do it again. So I'll probably just end up using the quantum drones to do resource collection out in the world rather than doing it on my base. And it actually doesn't reorganize. And it's only got one. Yeah, you can just send all of it to the refinery. Why do I have to confirm it? Just like all of it, refinery, that's fine. It's all... Is there anything else collected? I don't see anything else. Zeros. Okay, so change. Just honey. Go. And then I want to see what powers you MOA. Wow. Egg plorts are good for that. Fire plorts only get 3%, but that's still better. So... Oh, there's a little meter on the top. I didn't see that. Okay. So that is supercharged. Oh. Okay, I'm gonna start storing the egg plorts since they give much higher, well, not much higher, but a higher rate than the others. Ooh, I need to go check on cherries because the twins were not doing so hot on food. And now they will be doing much better on food. Okay. Pulling odd onions. I didn't get much out of that batch, but, you know, sometimes I don't get very much. Hey, Snaggle. They are difficult to read, yes. It's difficult to acknowledge that despite all of our humanity, we have a terrible capacity for darkness. For terrible things. I just... I know that some people don't talk about it because of how difficult it is overall. It is really hard to talk about, and I understand that. It is a very sensitive area. It's a sensitive topic, and I honestly, on stream, am not going to go into details. But as a general area, it's a very sensitive area. It's very traumatizing. It's horrific. Just as a field that we're living through, like as a time. I can only imagine what the people went through. Oh yes, that is true. But the fact that I'm gobsmacked by some of the things I'm seeing and some of the people I've seen on there, and I'm just shocked. And I honestly enraged is good. That's a good statement for how I feel about a lot of it. It definitely makes me feel like taking a step back and reevaluating a lot of my position on things. But I've been doing that over the last couple of years anyway. These latest revelations lately are only redoubling my efforts to consider how and where I'm willing to put my money and my connections. So I've been putting forth more effort into making sure that anytime I spend money or time, that I'm doing so effectively and making sure that it's ethically. Or at least I'm trying to put forth the effort to make sure it's ethically. I'm trying to make sure that the organizations I'm involved with are as above board and considerate as possible. There is a limit to the amount of time I can dedicate to these things, but I try to do at least some work to make sure that the organizations, the people involved are vetted to some degree. That have at least spoken out. And if something comes out against, or if something appears to show degrees of impropriety, then cut ties, walk away. But it's big. What are you quoting? Francis Scott Key? Oh, okay. What, Snaggle, what are you quoting here? Yeah, I know. I'm about to mute him if he doesn't if he doesn't respond. Good. Now, are you going to answer me? What are we spamming the channel with? It's not a perspective. It's a diatribe and a copy paste. What is it from? So the point is to have a conversation. It's about a discussion, but you weren't having a conversation. You were dumping into chat. That's why it's problematic. I don't mind long messages, but if you want to have a conversation, we need to be able to have conversations. And I appreciate that you sometimes ask difficult questions or pose complex theories and sometimes ask me difficult things. But if you're going to drop something that's complexly phrased, then I need a moment to process it. But you can't keep dumping more and more in on me. I need a moment to process. And if I bounce something back to you, you can't keep just pushing more and more. I need you to come back. So I need the conversation to be back and forth. I'm not going to dig through this. I was trying to have a conversation with you and you kept going and going and going. You turned it into a lecture. I was asking for input and you just kept this seemed like you had it locked and loaded. I understand, but we need to be able to have a conversation. And sometimes it feels like you come here locked and loaded with something ready to throw at me. And sometimes I understand that you do sometimes. Well, I don't know if you do, but it definitely feels like you come here with a topic in mind, and that's fine. But this entire thing feels like you had it ready to go into chat, ready to toss in my lap. This didn't feel like an organic conversation. It also feels very much of poetry and metaphor, and I am not a poet, so I can't parse through it and, tease it apart and dig out all the simile and metaphor. And based on the topic we were discussing beforehand, I'm not going to. Well, sure, a lot of poetry is. Generally speaking, I try to keep politics and I try to keep politics and my personal position on things to somewhat of a minimum as it stands, because I want to try and be here for people rather than soapbox. That doesn't mean that I won't have positions and I won't, have a take on things, but I generally I generally want to try to be supportive for people. Now, that's not to say that, as I said before, the things addressed in those documents, I'm in agreement, were evil. And I have immense sympathy, and I stand with the survivors. But I don't know. I don't want to really take. I don't know how to address the philosophy or positions in like the metaphor and simile and addressed in sort of the nationalistic, jingoistic patriotism in some of the rhetoric in the poetry there. Like that's something that I'm averse to. I don't necessarily have issue with patriotism. I just feel that in the current climate that it is inflammatory, I guess. And so I don't want to. But see, I don't. That's the problem. I don't know what you mean, and that's because it's poetry. Your statement is it's not patriotic. It's for the right freedom of the right on the land and the land on the soul, or the land of the soul. What does that mean? That was just as confusing. That isn't helpful. All right. Well, with that, I am going to wrap up this morning's session because I need to go get lunch and I need to continue the job hunt today. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. I appreciate all of you. I hope you have a great rest of your afternoon, but I'll be back this evening and I'll see you then. You all take care and you have a great day. Bye.